Alright everybody, so I'm showing you how to hang some drywall today. There's a few things you're going to need to get this job done. Obviously, drywall. The next thing you're going to need is something to cut the drywall with, something to measure the drywall with. You're going to need some joint compound, joint tape. I like to have a nice wide blade. That's like a medium-sized blade. They have them even bigger than that, but I like that one. A drywall knife is pretty handy as well. Something to sand it nice and flat with. So the first thing you want to do is measure out how big of a piece you need. And I've already done that, marked my drywall, and I'm cutting it with a razor blade here. What I'm doing is just setting this metal ruler down on that, holding it down with my foot and hand really well, and just making several passes with the blade to cut through the drywall. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because if I use the drywall knife, drywall dust is going to go all over the place, and I'm trying to limit that as much as I can. So get your piece cut out, and then also notch out for any electrical outlets, telephone outlets, or anything like that you have. And I'm going to do that after I cut it. Then go over there and mark it exactly where it needs to be. That way there's no issues. I kind of marked it on the wall a little bit as a bit of a reference. You want that to fit nice and snug in there. So I'm going to do that, show you guys what's up after that. So just a side note here, I've already cut my drywall. You can see right here though, there's a slight beveled edge. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but it's ever so thinner right here on this edge, and you want to put that at your joint. The reason being is because you want to put some joint tape in there, come back with your joint compound, and you want your joint compound to fully cover your tape. So that's how you're going to accomplish that and still get a smooth wall, is by having this bevel facing towards the outside of the wall, right up at the joint. So I've got all my little MDF reinforcements in, got this ready. The next thing I'm going to do is come notch out these areas over by the electrical boxes that I was telling you about before. I did want to make a little side note about the screws. When you're putting the drywall screws in, obviously you don't want it to go through the drywall like that. You just want it to barely sink in, just like right here. So if you do accidentally go through it, which I've done in a couple places, just put another one close to it to hold it in place. Because that, once again, is going to reinforce it, hold it to the wall, so it doesn't move around too much, and you don't get cracking along your joint. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut those off, or notch this out rather, and then go ahead and affix my wall board to the wall using the drywall screws like I did here. So here's one section of the drywall up. One thing you notice that I use a crap load of screws to hold everything down. That's probably a little bit overkill. However, I would rather use a few extra screws and make sure that I've got a good bond onto the wall studs and everything. That way, like I said, I prevent any cracking or anything like that going on. So next, I'm going to do the next piece. Same way I did this one.